Welcome back to the channel, people. In this lesson we're going to be looking at drawing with purpose, or purpose in drawing. Whichever way you want to word it, there's a few ways of wording this and there's a few ways of looking at this. So if you were to type in drawing with purpose on Google, you'd probably get a couple of different responses which might leave you somewhat confused. So for me, I think the two main things to distinguish are that you can draw with purpose, meaning you can draw something at home and create some artwork simply to make the viewer and the artist happy. So if you're an artist and you like drawing and you love cats and you like drawing cats, you could say this is drawing with purpose because the artist is creating artwork which the artist likes and the viewer likes, because it's simply an aesthetically pleasing image of a cat. Okay, so a very straightforward sort of concept to grasp there. So the second thing would be drawing with purpose in relation to observational drawings, in relation to paintings, in relation to geometry, in relation to problem solving, and in relation to composition and these sort of things. So as an artist who's interested in creating artworks, you might be looking at composition, you might be looking at, for example, the golden ratio, which we looked at in a previous lesson, in the composition lesson. You might be looking at, for example, a particular landscape in which you are very fond of and you're trying to gather the dimensions, and you're using your observational and problem solving skills to accurately record what it is you see with pencil and paper. Okay, typically in the past, when photographs and cameras didn't exist and videos didn't exist, how then would someone go on to document something? With some physical material like pens, paper, well, probably not pens, not as we know them today anyway, but maybe, you know, feathered fountain tipped pens, or some type of calligraphy, or some type of art, or some type of painting or drawing, or whatever it might be, charcoal drawings, whatever it might be. People would document what they see through their skills as an artist. Okay, so that's sort of drawing with purpose in a nutshell. Or rather a big nutshell, just to give you a brief information on it. So, and as an example, we're going to bring the blackboard back, because I know the blackboard is very loved by all. And we drew with purpose when we were creating this shoe. And in your sketchbook, if you've been a good student, you'll have a shoe in your sketchbook somewhere, probably at the beginning. And we were drawing with purpose here because we wanted to capture, if you remember, the light hitting the shoe from certain angles. Now this would be observational purposes. Okay, we're trying to learn and discover how light affects our images, thus how it affects our shading, thus how it's going to affect the end result, i.e. the shoe. So if we just flip this around, we've got the face from a previous lesson too, and got some other scribbles here. So we'll just focus on this corner here where I've got a little bit of space, and all we're going to do, I'm going to show you an example, okay, of drawing with purpose. So guys, we've got the blackboard set up here now. Now we're going to do two examples of drawing with purpose, okay? So as it relates to drawing with purpose, as it relates to the idea of the artist drawing something which is going to be visually pleasing and enjoyable and make the artist happy, and also the viewer, I'm going to draw an image of, let me think, let's just go with an animal, because I like animals. That's going to make me happy to draw it, and hopefully it'll be aesthetically pleasing enough for you guys to enjoy it too. So let's just draw with purpose, and let's draw an animal. Now I'm going to draw a very simple animal, which is going to be a fish. I was going to draw a cat or a dog or something, but I thought, well, a fish sounds easier. Okay, so I'm going to draw a fish, which will be visually pleasing and enjoyable, and it will make me happy. Okay, and hopefully it'll do the same for you as well. So I'll probably fast forward this bit unless I get it done in under a minute, then I'll probably just keep it in at real-time speeds. But let's just draw our fish. Okay, now we've got our shape. Okay. All right, give it some texture on its thin, sorry, not its thin. Give it some texture on its fin. Okay, give it some scales. Again, this drawing is not going to be detailed to a high degree. It's not going to be done to a professional standard. It's just done to drive the point home, guys, okay? We're just driving the point home. I'm drawing a fish, I'm drawing with purpose. I know what I'm drawing. This fish is intended to make me happy. It's intended to make the viewer happy. I'm drawing with the purpose clearly defined, which is to just simply make the viewer and the artist happy. But if we can add a bit of shade now, a little bit at the top. And drag it down a bit, it's simple as that. And there we go, people. Here we go. My fish, your fish, our fish. This fish, designed and drawn with purpose of simply bringing a smile to you, to me. And that's it. So, as simple and as straightforward as drawing this fish was and is, I want you to create one drawing with purpose, okay? Draw it just simply with the purpose of making you happy. Whether it's going to be aesthetically pleasing enough to make the viewer happy as well is a different story. As long as it makes you happy, you enjoy creating it, you enjoy looking at it when it's done, that's your main task for this lesson. Of course, I want you to write a little bit about purpose, drawing with purpose in your sketchbook. Create a page in your sketchbook, drawing with purpose. Create your artwork that you want to create, that's going to make you happy. And that's the main lesson for today. In relation to drawing with purpose as it comes to observational drawing or composition based drawing, you could simply be experimenting with compositions, you could simply be problem solving a particular problem you might be facing. You could be trying to capture the reality of a landscape as accurately as possible. So let me So let me give you the other example of drawing with purpose, and we'll give you two more little examples. So you could have a piece of paper. Okay, you could have a piece of paper and you may have been given a task. You've got to fill the paper with a couple of shapes to give it the best composition possible. And you might have, let's say you've got, or let's say a couple of objects and you're trying to create the best composition possible. You've got a bowl of fruit. How do you arrange a bowl of fruit to give it the best composition possible? Well, you could perhaps start off either having your subject matter, have your focal point somewhat off center. You wouldn't want it bang center. This is going to appear bang center, but it's not, okay? So we've got the focal point, which is central but not bang center, okay? And then we're going to have the higher pile of fruit on this side, and this is going to be your true focal point here. So the composition is going to bring your eye here first, and then your eyes will go back this way, and it will bring you around to this side, okay? So what we want to do, perhaps, is to create a couple of pieces of fruit here, like so, and then maybe a banana, and maybe another banana, and another banana, and then what we could do over here is some form of pineapple maybe, like this, just to give it some texture, and then down through the middle, we've just got these little grapes, grapes which are draping over the other pieces of fruit, okay? Just like so, and I'm just going to put one more banana up there, which doesn't look like a banana, but fair enough. So we've got a bowl of fruit in our composition-based drawing. We are keeping the focal point off center, bringing your eyes here first, and then it takes you to the rest of the bowl where we could perhaps put some secret message, because this is going to be the last place people look. So You could put your secret message in there, and likelihood is it's going to go overlooked because people's eyes are going to be drawn to the focal point, okay? Now, equally, you could take this further, okay? You could cut the painting in half, or this could be a sketch to a painting that you're going to paint. And then this side, it could be reds and blues, and this side it could be greens and yellows, or this side could be all blues, and this side could be all reds. And you can really, you know, take an image and explore and experiment and take it in all different types of directions just by simply having a bowl of fruit, okay? So that's going to be enough for drawing with purpose, guys. That's lesson number 15. Please submit your drawings with purpose to me at jakeoneilltheartist@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give you some feedback and a review where possible. Lesson 16, guys, we're going to be looking more at, well, the next few lessons, I should say, they're going to be more like this one and like the previous ones, where we're looking at theory, discussing things, talking about concepts, where I'm giving you tasks to do. And then a little bit later in the course, guys, we're going to actually start developing our own work to a much higher level, okay? Thank you very much for watching yet again. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I shall see you in lesson 16.